Yo, what's going on? Sean Murphy here. Welcome to the video. This one is going to be a long one, so let's not waste a whole lot of time because I got a lot of stuff that I want to start getting into on this channel. And hey, if this is your first time watching one of my videos, what we do on this channel is we help the Christian entrepreneur have a lot more success with a lot less stress in their business by putting in operations and systems that help scale and grow their businesses. So hey, look, on today's video, we're really going to dive into the nuts and the bolts and the pieces of exactly the systems that not only have I implemented into my own business and my gym, which on a personal level has enabled me to remove myself from the gym so that I can make content like this to help other entrepreneurs. But before we jump right into all of this, let me just make sure that you are the right person for this video, because I would hate for you to watch this entire video and then come to realize, oh, this really wasn't for me. So let me just make sure that you are in an industry that I can actually help. So if you fall into one of these categories, you're good to go. Let's move forward. So number one, you are in the coaching or you're in the consulting industry. Hey, that's exactly what I have been in for the past 16 years. So if you are a coach or you are a consultant, you are in the right place. Number two, you are in the service industry. What do I mean by a service industry? Well, this is somebody that goes out and services people. Pretty much you are trading your time for money. So this could fall under anything like HVAC, electrician, plumbers, real estate agents, personal trainers, which is exactly what I was. But you're simply trading your time for money, but you're looking for ways to leverage your business so you can start removing yourself out of your business, and you're looking for ways to scale it and take your business to the next level. Now that we have the industries covered, let me make sure that your business is at the stage of where I can actually help. So number one, if you are a brand new business just getting started and just getting going, I'm probably not the right solution for you. What I'm going to recommend is that you start learning sales and marketing. And also, if you're somebody who's just an aspiring entrepreneur, like maybe you want to start a side hustle, and so you're scoping things out, this video is definitely going to be out of scope for you as well. However, for those two circumstances, read the description below and look for the 15-day Business Builder Challenge. And what the 15-day Business Builder Challenge will actually do is start you on the right path in the areas of marketing and sales that you can actually fit around your 9-to-5 job. And if you are a business who's really struggling with your marketing, this will actually help you with your digital footprint so you can start bringing in better quality leads into your business in the first place and have a thorough understanding of what it takes to actually market your business on social media platforms like Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and even TikTok. So go ahead and find the link here where it says the 15-day Business Builder Challenge, because that'll be well suited for you. But if right now you are a solopreneur or you only have a very small team, somewhere in the neighborhood of maybe 1 to 5 employees, and you just feel really stuck in your business right now, like you know you want to grow it, you know you want to scale it, you know you want to get to the next level, but you're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place because the business isn't broke, but it's not at the place where you can bring on more help, you are exactly who I'm talking to on this video and actually on this channel. So let's dive in. Let's get into the nuts and bolts. Let's go right into what we're going to be talking about today. And what we're going to be talking about on today's video is how to market your local business better so that you can bring in better prospects, eliminate the tire kickers, as well as all those ghost and no-show appointments so that, again, you can make more money in your business without wasting a bunch of time that's stressing you out. So let's dive right in. I'm going to jump on my computer and we are just going to lay this entire thing out. Let's go. So here's the general layout of what happens with your typical local business. And I know all this from personal experience from running my gyms over the past 16 years. And we've done all this stuff. Like we've done all the print ads. We've been on the radio. We've even been on TV on our local news stations and things like that. But I want you to take a look at this overall map real quick because it's actually divided into 3 sections. So the first section being on the left, this is our traffic. This is how people get to know us in the first place, whether that's through radio, through TV, through print ads, or maybe it's social media, or maybe it's a referral, or maybe they search us on Google. And then the second section is where can they get more information about us? And that's typically a website. And then what do we want them to do? Are they calling us? Are they filling out a form on our website? Do we want them to send us a direct message? Like what is it on our website that calls them to do to get in touch with us? So I want to pick each one of these sections apart because I got to tell you that this is the old business model and this is burned out and people aren't wasting their time anymore. So if you're still doing things like print ads, TV, radio, and you're putting all this money in, and this is still the setup that you're using to follow through with your clientele and your prospects, I got to tell you, you're wasting a lot of money. There's a lot of money being left on the table. So let's pick this thing apart and dive in. As we look at your lead flow, as we look at your lead generation, look how far left kind of the old school systems are with the print ads, the radio, the TV. The reason I have them so far left is because it is so far removed from your actual prospect. It's so far removed from the people that you are actually trying to reach. And as you're looking at this, what we're trying to do is we want to close the gap. Like we want to close the gap between the prospect who's looking for you and your actual service. And so if we're moving somebody from the left to the right over here, there's a lot of space between, say, that radio ad and then getting them on the phone call with you. And so I just want to put this as a visual perspective for you. So the step forward with that is actually to be on social media. Well, why social media? Well, one, it's free. And two, you can actually be right in front of your target audience. By hanging out exactly where your audience is, you can actually start closing that gap between your product and service and your actual prospects. See, the problem over here on the far left is whenever you are broadcasting on TV, on radio, and on print ads, you're just throwing it out there in front of anybody and everybody, and they will tune you out. This is the reason why Spotify exists, Pandora, Netflix, Hulu. Like, nobody watches live TV anymore. Nobody listens to live radio anymore. And they'll pay for the subscription so that they don't have to listen to your ads. So you want to be exactly where your audience is and where you can actually have that direct communication with them. And so that's why social media is very powerful. But what's even more powerful than even just like putting out a bunch of posts and putting out a bunch of content on your social media? Well, then it comes to like referrals. And so this is where your existing clients actually referring business to you is actually so powerful, because now, you know, you have someone who's speaking on your behalf. You're not speaking for your business anymore. You're not speaking about yourself and your products and your services, but you actually have somebody else who's talking about you and saying, hey, I know that you're looking for X, Y, and Z. This is my guy. You got to give him a call. And so that referral is actually the next step forward with that. Well, what's even closer to that? Well, that is someone who's actually getting on Google and searching you out. And what people are doing today is they are typing in plumber near me, electrician near me, personal trainer near me. And they're searching these things out right on Google. And I'm going to tell you that if you don't show up on that first page with awesome reviews, they're skipping right over you. Plus, if you're not easy to be contacted with your information right there, where they can just dial the phone from Google My Business, where they can just book their own appointment on your Google My Business calendar. If they can't send you a message on a chat widget on Google My Business, you are actually losing those leads as well. You are losing those prospects. So I hope we kind of covered the prospecting, but now let's go into problem area number 2, which we already kind of alluded to this, but it's your website. And a lot of people's website is just a glorified business card. And honestly, I see a lot of mistakes when people run ads. They direct them straight to a website without ever capturing somebody's email, without capturing somebody's phone number, without capturing somebody's information so that you, the business owner, can actually follow up with that person. You just send them straight to your website, and your website is nothing more than just a bunch of information that says, hey, if you would like to do business with us, give us a call. Hey, fill out this form and we'll be in touch. Or, hey, send us this message, which then you direct them right back to one of your social media links. And that is a huge, huge issue. They went to your website and now you're referring them back over somewhere else onto a social media platform to reach out to you, which is just kind of bonkers. Like, let's not do that. What we want to truly have happen is we want to skip all this nonsense. Like, it's important to have your website because that actually will help you with your SEO. That will actually help you get your business out there. That will actually help you rank on Google with 5s, and you want to make sure that you're getting amazing reviews with that, by the way. And you want to make sure that you're ranked at the top because people are only going to do business with people that they know, like, and trust. And so if you kind of have a couple reviews and you got like 3.5 stars, nobody's going to really do business with you. They're just going to overlook you and they're going to go right next to your competition. The same thing is they pick up the phone and they call and they get your voicemail and then they don't hear from you for a couple hours, or worse, they don't hear from you for a couple of days or even weeks. Well, guess what? They've already moved on on to your competition. They've already done business with somebody else. Actually, my good friend Dan shared a story with me where he was hiring a photographer. And so what did he do? Well, he went to photographers near me and he found a bunch of them on Google and he called all these different photographers. Why? Because he kept getting their voicemails. Well, lo and behold, one of them, out of several that he called, one of them actually picked up their phone and called Dan back. Dan went ahead, booked his appointment with this photographer, had the project done. And 2 weeks later, he started getting calls back from some of these other photographers like, hey, I got your message, wanted to see if we could do the work for you, blah, 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 blah. And Dan is like, I already booked the service. I already had the service completed. And by the way, I already had the photos in my hand. And I went with the guy who got back in touch with me right away. Like if people are searching you out, if people get that referral from you, if people see your social media posts and they reach out to you and then you don't reply to them, you don't respond to them, guess what? They've already moved on to the next person. So this old business model, like there's some good in here, but there's some terrible in here. And the further you are from the left to connecting with somebody on the right, the further that gap, the worse off your business is in the first place. So how do we close this gap? How do we make sure that we don't lose leads? How do we make sure that we're prospecting the correct way? How do we make sure that we get hot leads in the first place? Because I already know what you're thinking. You're thinking, well, Sean, when I follow up with these leads, like they don't return my voicemails. They don't return my texts. They no-show my appointments. Trust me, I get that. I've run a gym for 16 years. I couldn't tell you how many no-show appointments I have. I couldn't tell you how many ghost text messages I've had when somebody no-shows an appointment and I'm hitting them up. I'm like, hey, are we still on for today? And they absolutely ghost you. I get it. We're tired of the tire kickers. We're tired of the no-show appointments. We're tired of, chasing these ghost leads. But one way that we can actually eliminate that is getting back with that prospect within 5 minutes of them first reaching out to you. Now, if that seems like an impossible task, hang on, because I got a solution for you for that. But number 2 is most people need a follow-up like more than 8 times before they will respond back to you, especially if you're a service industry that doesn't demand an emergency. Like if somebody's pipes are burst and they need a plumber and they call the plumber, and if that plumber picks up the phone and answers that phone, more than likely you've got the job. But if you don't pick up the phone, guess what? They're just going down the list and call the next plumber. Why? Because they have an emergency. They need that plumber to show up. But if you're in an industry such as real estate, where somebody who's kind of like, I'm looking for a house, but I'm not really ready to buy a house and blah, 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 like they can put it off. They can put you off. And so your outreach, you are having to follow up with them over and over and over again. And that's where the burnout comes from. I know this again from running my gyms and running personal training. Like we need to continuously be outreaching to that prospect and we can't get tired of doing it. And so you're already going, okay, well, I'm burnt out from doing this. I can't imagine reaching out to somebody 8, 10, 12 times. Well, I'm going to here to tell you that you're already doing it. Every time you're backed up against a wall and you're like, man, I need to close a sale. I need a new client. Now you're picking up the phone. Now you're reaching out to that prospect over and over and over again, only to continue to be frustrated and burn out. And then you get like, no, I'm not interested anymore. And you've wasted all this time where you could have been actually spending growing your business. And so how do we solve this? So honestly, you have 4 solutions to this problem. The first solution is to have a front desk manager, somebody who's actually going to be there to answer the phone calls, answer the voicemails, respond to the inbound text messages, as well as check your social media for Facebook messages and Instagram DMs, and who will go ahead and book appointments for you so you don't have to worry about that yourself. The second option is to hire a VA. And this will be like a virtual assistant who can handle those same tasks as a front desk manager. The only difference being is because they are a virtual assistant, it could save you a little money. The flip side of that is it could be a little harder to manage and you don't always know who you're getting and if they're actually doing their job to the fullest standard that you would like. The third solution is to actually outsource a lot of this. And there are a lot of companies who will actually book the appointments for you. They will do all the lead follow-up. So when those inbound leads actually come in, they will actually jump on the phone as a service provider for your business, and they will actually book those appointments for you. So all you got to do is open up your calendar, see what those appointments are, and go handle those service calls or jump on the phone to close that sale because all the heavy lifting has already been done for you. Now, I will tell you that outsourcing it to companies like that can be very, very expensive, but they are very, very efficient. But the fourth way, and what I actually implemented into my own gym, as well as what I'm helping other companies do, is to implement automation through artificial intelligence that can actually handle all this lead follow-up for you. So to give you a quick demonstration of what this looks like, I'm going to turn it over to my partner, Dom, who's actually going to walk you through what these automations actually look like right now. Let's go.
Inside of automation, we can actually create anything that you want. Any type of follow-up campaigns, automatic texting, automatic email, notifying all of your employees and users when something happens, and just making sure that technology is working for you. So let me show you the quickest and easiest example of what I mean. Here's an example of one of our automations for real estate agents. So first off, every automation starts with a trigger event, and most trigger events are a form being submitted. So once a customer puts in their name, number, and email and submits the form, what happens next? Well, as you can see, we make sure that we assign it to a user, whether that's an employee of the company, a real estate agent, or even the business owner themselves. And then of course, the next step, we want to send an automatic text message to the lead. So as you can see here, we send an automatic text that puts in their contact name and even the user's name, and then ask them if they're still interested in looking at the home. We then add more wait times and send out a follow-up second message that can be custom designed by you and how you speak to your customers, or we can help you with that as well. And the best part about this follow-up campaign is that you can make it as long as you want, which means you'll never have to worry about manually following up with your leads again, because our campaigns are designed to stop on response, which means as soon as a customer or a lead responds, then the automation stops. And once that lead responds, whether it be on the first message or the 10th message, you will now have a conversation with a lead that came from your form, website, or even your Facebook or Google ads, which will boost your conversions and make sure you get way more sales. And while I'm on the topic of Facebook and Google ads, we integrate with your Google and Facebook ad accounts so that you can manage absolutely all of your ad listings and connect them to our auto text so that they work 10 times better. Our ads and templates convert at a much higher rate than the average. We also have a reputation management tab, which means you can manage all of your different reviews and respond to them right inside of the app. But why are Google reviews so important? Because they skyrocket your SEO and Google ranking. If you're a business owner, you know how important it is to be the first, second, or third ranking on Google. And if you don't think Google ranking is important, check out these numbers down here with one of the clients. Over 40,000 interactions in the last 30 days alone. And check out this custom apparel business that went from a complete startup and unknown to 1,500 page views and over 4,600 interactions on Google in the last 30 days. Not to mention, they're running 0 paid ads, which means all this traffic is organic and free. We even have an all-in-one conversations inbox tab where you can manage not only your text messaging, but your emailing, your Facebook messages, your Instagram DMs, and you can even request for payments.
So hey, I hope that all made sense of how you can actually add these automations to your current business to actually help your lead follow-up, to convert more prospects into actual sales more quickly and more efficiently that doesn't leave you burned out and stressed. If you would like to talk more about how we can actually implement this into your business today, please visit the first link in the description here below. We'll schedule a one-on-one consultation with you, and we'll just truly see if we're a good fit for one another before making any decisions and moving forward. But I truly appreciate you watching this video. I got a lot more of this kind of content coming your way. And if you did get some value out of this, I invite you to hit that like, hit that subscribe, share this with your business partner, and I'll see you in the next video. God bless you and your business, my friend. I'm Sean Murphy with the Bible and Business Broadcast. I'm out.